I want to show you how to do a simple batch job. I'm going to divide this into two sections. First section we're just going to do simple batches, and the second one we'll do simple batches with trays. If we want to go ahead and create a batch job, we just create a new template, or we can use an existing template. So if you have a template that you're using for a single part and you want to convert it to batches, it's no problem. I'll call it new batch. My spelling, of course, remains atrocious. My apologies. Doesn't matter what type you use. I use a type called batch there, but it really doesn't matter. We've created a simple set of instructions with instruction 1. I'm going to say step 2, batch. And the third step, I'm going to say not batch, because I want to do this one here part by part. So when you're doing a batch mode, you're doing multiple parts at a time, but sometimes there's some operations that you want to do things one at a time. So we need to be able to differentiate between the two. And what we do is within the different tasks, if we go to edit, we can say that I want that step done in batch. And I can do that for this step here. And this step here, I'm going to leave. I won't click on batch, all right? If I highlight my icon, I see that I've got the first two steps as batch mode. The third one is not batch. All right. Now doing that one by one is a little slow. So you can actually click on the head of the tree and say everything in the tree, go ahead and do batch. All right. So now all the steps in the tree are batch mode. And it's a lot faster. I could actually do that up here to the entire job at once if I wanted everything batch and then just change what I don't. All right, so now I've got everything set up as batch and not batch. I'm going to go ahead and release the job. This one note is preview edit it only works with one part. And since I want to show this to you with multiple parts, I'm going to actually release it, and we'll run it as a job. So if I go into jobs, pick up that batch test that I just did. Whoops, there's the one that we just created. All right, I'll put in my new number. All right, and what I'll do here is I will just go ahead and put in 3 parts. Again, I'm going to leave my trays as 1 because I'm going to show that to you separately. This stuff here doesn't matter, it's the same as before. So what's going to happen is it's going to ask me to put in a serial number for each part. One warning is it will not let me duplicate serial numbers. Every part needs to have a unique serial number. So I'll just go ahead and put in the serial number 1, 2, and 3, but it could also be 6, or any combination that you want, as long as they're unique identifiers. All right. So now when I'm running the job, these steps here, remember I said they were batch, is going to tell me to do for all parts do the following, and I'll go ahead and do whatever instruction I had. Notice the icons changed here to visually kind of reinforce that hey, I'm doing these all at once, and it's giving me an indication here that I'm supposed to do all 3 at once. So I'll go ahead and say all 3 and I move on to the next step. All right. Now you have to ask why we have these indications here, and that is because I can actually take this and I can highlight maybe part 2 and I can fail it. Okay. And so I can go ahead and put in the failure, just like I would do for a single part. Put in some notes, attach pictures. All right. And I can scrap it, I can fix it, or I can send it to rework, depending upon what happens to that part. So now for subsequent steps, I can very clearly see that this part's scrapped and I don't spend any more time on it. The rest of the parts I can go ahead and pass. All right, now I'm going on to the third step, and this third step, remember, is not batch. I'm asking you to do it one by one. So my icons go back to a single check. It's telling me specifically for that part to go ahead and do this. So I click yes. It'll skip the second part because it knows it's already scrapped. Move me on to my third part. Remember I had that alphanumeric label that I created. It's labeled up there. And we go on. And we can go ahead and do the rest of the job just like that. These are all set for batch. So this is just be 1 click per step, keeping track. Again, I could take this other part here and I could fail that, and I might be able to go ahead and I continue to rework, or I might just go ahead and fix it. And so if I fix it, it still keeps track of the time that I spent fixing it, but it remains green because I was able to fix it. I can also scrap it or rework it. If I go up to views here, I can look at my job summary. All right, I'm sorry, my part summary. and keep track and see what parts are good and what parts are bad. And when I have trays, this is really nice. So it's telling me here, I have 1 scrapped, I have 3 active and stuff. So all that information is available for me. And I can also save it as an Excel file if I want to, save that for some type of later on analysis. So that's simple batches, and in the next video I'll show you how you work with trays. Thank you.